So I've come to a conclusion, and it's that I seem to think more highly of these French tanks than most people. I have had really good results in them. This, I think, was the first map I played in the 5100, and I did fully upgrade it so that I could get the top, auto loading gun. But I mean, this match is a combination of a couple things. One, going to the right location at the right time, playing my reload properly, and then taking advantage of some misplays on the other team. But even still, it just kind of shows that with these high clip potential auto loaders, if you're in the right place at the right time, the things you could do are absolutely horrifying. So this starts off pretty normal, it's team's destruction. I want to go not there. I really, I want to go over to like J2. That's where you should be brawling. I don't have confidence that the team is all going to follow me because it seems more and more people go down the 9 line. That's really bad. The challenge you run into there is even if you think you're having a good battle against somebody up on the hill, you're not actually moving them, and you're out of the fight. You can't shoot through a mountain, so you see that one heavy on H9. That's a bad call, especially in TD. You should be sticking close together. So, no one else is doing this, so I pop out and I see the light tank comes along. I'll be a little risky here. It's kind of hard for Artie to shoot and it's early on, so I know this guy's just sticking around. I'm gonna see if I can take some shots. Just keep in mind that although the clip potential is wonderful in this tank, and the pen is fine, it's really it's like shooting a derp gun. The aim time is low. Meaning the aim time is bad, low quality. And even if you're fully aimed in, I mean, shells, it's French, right? So shells go all over the place. The intra clip isn't bad, it's a little over 2 seconds. And, look, I'm getting really lucky here that everything's going the way I want it to. A lot of times shells would just fly all over the place. It's kind of ridiculous. So, there are a bunch of mediums on the 2 line, so I'm like, okay, at least a lot of times what's happening recently is no one's over there, so if you're in the position I'm in, you get blown away. I figure I have some time to force a reload. It's long, it's like 44 seconds, so that's something you really got to be aware of with this tank. You really have to play the reloads well. I think it's one of the longest reloads up until this point in any line in the game, so this can be a real rude awakening for folks. I can't think of anything in a lower tier that's an autoloader that has more than 40 seconds, so... and I'm sticking around here because I'm getting spotted, but I can't see them and my light tank's gone, so it's time for me to get unspotted and move on to the next thing. As far as what is the next thing, well, we'll see. I'm going to head over here. My goal is going to be, okay, we've got to push the bridge, but I noticed that there's actually quite a few tanks coming up our rear, and I don't know if anybody else sees it, so I'm thinking, okay, I might take a shot in the back from that light tank, but I don't, which is fortunate. I'm going to go up on top of the Artie Hill here, because I know that's a really good defensible position, and I see these tanks coming up the hill, and I have a full clip, and I'm ready to punish them. Also, I'll be shooting down into them, which is obviously easier to pen than taking them head on, so... One thing that surprised me about this tank is the French tanks in general, at least at the higher tiers, the mediums are quick. This one's not really quick. Now, I know it used to be a heavy tank and they reclassed it, and there was a whole bunch of contention about that. My opinion is it was actually a pretty big buff because it weights it a lot lower in the matchmaking, so, that does impact the game. Get that gun down. Come on. Alright. French on French violence, just how we like it. So, it is a medium tank. It's not that it's, it goes like 40, it's just that you go up a hill or something and it's like really slow. Now we're going to aim. I'm going to take him out. So that's 2. Now here's where you see how devastating the clip is. I decide to reload because I see the 65T has a lot of health. And I have a heavy and a TD there, and I'm really safe. But, 3 shots would have been about 750 plus, to 900 damage. I just want to make sure that when I do go down there, I can take everybody out. And I will be able to, assuming they hit the 65T 1 or 2 times, but I tend to tell people when I'm reloading in this a lot because they probably wonder why I'm just sitting around doing nothing, but it does have such a long reload. I think it's important for your team to know that you're out of the game for a while. This isn't just like a moment in time. Alright, so this guy is, he's dead. Now, I do want to go down the hill and I'm going to just destroy this. This is some nice... Oof, he gets a teammate. Alright, so now we're just going to take him out. Alright, this is where I could have forced a reload, but map awareness, I saw that the light tank was coming through. I don't want to be caught on a reload with that. We'll do some third-person aiming, which if you don't do, you really should get better at it. It's super good. That was a nice shot by Aroni, helping me out. I'm going to hold off on reloading for a second, but I decided it's time. I see that BK has full health. Artie is garbage, and it's trash mechanic. I mean, wait, be positive. But he misses me, so haha. Maybe if you were in a tank that you could actually, you know, see me, not across the map. Anyway, I'm going to start up here. If the three mediums are holding a bit of a line, I'm mostly just trying to get Artie safe now and reload. I mean, I still have another 20 seconds. If Artie sees a tree go down, he might still spot, you know, where I am, so... When you're running from Artie, be really careful on that. Don't knock over trees and stuff. I would say good Artie players can tell, but that's kind of a misnomer. It's just, you're looking at the screen. It's not hard to see. Alright, so this VK does have full health, and it's getting down to the wire here. We don't have an advantage at all. Our 416 does kill the 59-2, which is good because that thing has a pretty powerful gun. I have enough hit points that I think I need to start taking hits and just, you know. So... I do. This is where the gun will let you down sometimes. I'm trying to shoot this thing on the move. It's a big aim. And look, I'm just bouncing off this and that. And I have one more. I'm going to take another shot. So that was good. I actually did get 4 hits in, which is, you know, about 1,200, 6, 9, 12, well, 15, 1,600 damage. I need to reload and just hope that I don't get hit by Artie and hope that this guy doesn't come out. Now, he was really timid, I think, because of the medium tanks on my team, which is great. I certainly appreciate that. So they, being there, kind of saved me. I asked them to go get, you know, go get Artie. The VK is so slow, I'm not really worried about him, even, you know, but they got to take the Artie out. The Artie is actually causing problems for us. So I start to move. I think I said this in one of my other autoloader videos. Don't just sit there the whole time you're waiting. Use your reload time also for movement. So now I'm in a terrible situation. I have shot and done nothing, and then he has the advantage here. I bounce because, again, you know, that was a snapshot. I'm gonna try and get up here so that I'm fake hold down. It actually is a little better than you think. And a couple things happen here. First off, this shot goes in, and he bounces. And then I do that because I'm not smart. And then I do that because I'm not smart. And I'm like, well, I have 1 shot left now. This is where I get lucky. I mean, this is what it is. So I see the 416 kills Artie, huzzah. And I just have to wait for this guy to make a mistake, and look, I got lucky there. The shot went where I wanted it to. That doesn't usually happen. But, you know, VK100 is actually a very strong tank when you're top tier. What really let me win that was, besides luck, I mean, I definitely got lucky with some of the shots that he didn't, you know, he hit or I blocked or Trax ate it. But that first clip dump, you know, I put 4 out of 6 in, and that put him in a really bad position. So, you know, you got to use that big clip wisely. So, I mean, this was like the first game I played in this tank, and I was like, wow, this is going to be pretty crazy. I mean, since then, I've continued to do very well in it. I think I have like a 4,100 win rate overall. I mean, maybe a dozen rounds. I mean, I'm kind of flying through with all the bonus XP stuff that's going on right now. But, I mean, this tank is often said to be a turd, and much like the one in the Tier 7 that people think is horrible, I did really well in that too. So I don't know what it is about these tanks, but I enjoy it, and I'm going to grind through this and get to the 5120, and, you know, we'll see how that goes later.